I'm off to run some errands. Please tidy up this place. No! Wow! How did you guys do it?
We got cleaners.
Cleaners?
You know it, Dad.
Cleaner, it works.
Coming up next on Plus TV, Plus News. Join our news team for half hour of local and national news. Plus News, informative, balanced, accurate, and current.
Explore the great outdoors with Benny's quality and savings.
Making the headlines for tonight's newscast, rape charges against Orson O.J. Elrington dropped. 13-year-old student from St. Matthew's Village missing for 4 days, and Edwin Dry Flores passes away due to medical complications. And 2 major fatal RTAs recorded over the weekend. These stories and more coming up next on Plus News. Stay tuned.
This newscast is brought to you through the courtesy of Builders Hardware, your home improvement warehouse.
Every project starts with the right tools. At Builders Hardware, we got everything to get the job moving. Tools, paint, plumbing, electrical, garden, it's all here from construction start to finish. We're also offering a different kind of power tool. Order anytime, anywhere. Pick up in store or get it delivered to your home. Go to shopbuildersbz.com today and save money with our exclusive online deals. Builders Hardware, making it easier.
Good evening, welcome to Plus News for Tuesday, March 3rd, 2026. I am Julian Cruz. The criminal case against Belizean attorney at law Orson O.J. Elrington has officially come to an end after the Crown entered a nolle prosequi on the 2 counts of rape Elrington had been facing. The case began 2 years ago when Elrington was accused of 2 counts of rape. He had left a popular nightclub in Belize with 2 female companions who claimed that they had no recollection of the night before and woke up in Elrington's bed. The matter was ventilated through the public and the courts for the better part of 2 years. But today, Elrington walked away a free man after the court entered a nolle prosequi. After today's proceedings, the media spoke with OJ's attorney, Alifa Elrington, who explained that despite today's outcome, they still don't feel fully vindicated.
The Office of the DPP entered a nolle prosequi with respect to this matter. How I feel about it? While I believe that this matter should not have been brought before the court from its inception, I feel slightly cheated because at the end of the day, What we were fighting for was for what transpired to come out and for the truth to come out. At this point in time, even though some would say it's a vindication of Mr. Elrington, if we look back over the last 2 years and we look at the things that have been said in the media, the statements that have been made against Mr. Elrington, it cannot be a vindication because the facts have not come out, the truth have not come out. And so this is the difficulty that I have. We will take it. We will take it because we don't believe it should have been brought before the court from the inception. However, what persons think when they hear rape is still out there in relation to my client's name. You don't think about what actually transpired in this case. Rape is something that we all know that is a very serious offense. You think about violence, you think about harm, you think about taking advantage of persons. And our position is that never transpired in this particular case. But that stigma now walks with my client every single day. One of the biggest issues that we had, or the reason that we fought so hard, is because this is a constitutional issue. Mr. Elrington has a constitutional right for this matter to be heard in open court. It is only by agreement that it is done in camera, and it should never be assumed that the defendant is going to give up that constitutional right. If it is that it's not by agreement, then you need to follow the rules to get it done properly. And that is why we are fighting it, because I will ask any of you right now, which one of you actually missed a day Mr. Elrington had to come to court? There was always some media house following him from the time of arraignment to today. Every adjournment, magistrates court, high court to today. This has been a public trial. Unless you're a public figure, there's no other rape, person accused of rape, that is followed by the media. So it is important that he's given that same opportunity. We're in a situation where, and I will not necessarily criticize judge alone trials, but we now have judge alone trials. Defendants don't have a jury of their peers anymore sitting down and listening to the facts. One person makes a decision in relation to the facts and the law. We are talking about victims' rights. I have no difficulty with victim rights. Victim rights should happen from the inception. From the time a victim comes, then you invoke those rights, you protect them, you do what you have to do to take care of them, not trying in any way to take away from the defendant's rights. So we're already a situation where the defendant is nobody is going to hear the defendant's side except a judge. And we're not allowing the public, who has said so many different things, to actually hear what it is that my client was accused of. Man, Channel 7 put out the release in relation to the Nulla Prosequi, and the comments underneath it, the comments alone, I am sure persons will continue to say that there was some payoff, there's some victimization, there's some whatever in relation to this matter, and that is why we were fighting to have it open. Open so everybody knows and understands what transpired.
Following today's hearing where the Crown entered a nolle prosequi, Orson O.J. Elrington reflected on the entire ordeal. Over the past 2 years, Elrington's reputation has taken a public beating due to the nature of the allegations. Allegations which he says catapulted him into the darkest period of his life.
I want to thank the Almighty because this has been the most difficult and darkest period in my life. I must thank every single person who has offered words of encouragement, who has sent up a prayer, who has sent me words of support when I'm walking on the street, when I'm going to exercise. You know, each of those things are helpful. So at the end of the day, Jules, I am a human, right? I do have feelings, I do have a family, I do have, you know, things that go beyond my public life, public figure. Beyond that, of course, from the beginning, it was my position that these charges should not have been brought from the inception. Of course, we will take legal advice as to what we do after this. But as an attorney at law, I can't tell my clients to have faith and trust in the legal system and in the process and not have faith and trust myself. And so I listen to my attorney. I hope I listen. I am guided by whatever direction they want to take, and we trust that at the end of the day, that the course of justice will take its proper course. I'm a practitioner before the courts, but there is a reason that you have different tiers. You have the Court of Appeal and you have the CCJ because judges make mistakes. Judges make mistakes. In fact, you will know, Jules, when you called me this morning, I told you, and when all of you were calling me, I had to respond because at the same time you guys were calling me, I was before the Court of Appeal. So you have a judicial system, and of course, it's by persons. It's not perfect, but it is the best that we have. And so while I know the law, and I thought that there was absolutely no way grounded in law that could be able to support a guilty verdict in this matter, we're dealing with courts, we're dealing with humans, and so they're not infallible, right? So with that, of course, there is some level of anxiety. But again, I have trust in the justice system. I have trust in my legal team and the number of persons who supported us. You have to be able to examine a situation, and you have to move differently, because I have always been a person that I have trust in everybody. I have trust in everybody, and I treat nobody differently, and I don't assume nobody to be a trick. I used to brag I can travel any part of this country without fear, because I did not believe that I had enemies like that. I knew I had political enemies, but the political enemies, and I thought that you cross the line when you're talking about political enemies. But I never in my life felt threatened to go anywhere, to be anywhere by myself.
And while O.J. Elrington is relieved that his high-profile case has come to an end, his attorney, Alifa Elrington, is still upset that the case got this far. According to her, despite that outcome, her client's reputation has been severely damaged.
Is this justice?
For my client, we will accept what has transpired, but there's nothing that can bring back the damage that has been done to my client's reputation. My client is a public figure, and you have had these quasi-news entities who have used over the last 2 years some of the vilest headings when speaking about other issues that had nothing to do with this particular case. So it cannot be that he has received justice because the information that would have vindicated him did not come out to the public. But what can be said is that everybody needs to now sit down and think about, why is it that we are here today? Why has it not come out? It cannot be because my client exercised his constitutional right. That cannot be the reason.
Elrington's legal counsel says they are still discussing whether or not they will be seeking damages for malicious prosecution. St. Matthews resident 13-year-old Ana Ramos has been missing since Friday evening, and according to the mother, Ramos may be in San Joaquin Village in the Corozal district. Ramos was last seen on Friday, February 27th, when her mom dropped her off at school. Instead of going home on the 3:30 bus that leaves from the Velopan bus terminal, footage from the terminal shows Ramos getting on a bus heading northbound with an unknown male person. According to the mom, the last information she received was that Ramos was seen getting off the bus in San Joaquin Village.
This is the first time she ever do this to us. Like, first time. She always come home at time, or if she have to do something about my pan, she make I know, mommy, I want to do this about my pan. Then she have a next sister where they got a comprise. They always meet together if they have to go to Belmopan, go buy something, and they always come home together. So this is the first time she ever do this, like, where it happened. We make the report from Saturday when immigrant, from Friday. Saturday we gonna do the report and thing, and up to now, the police, they made the investigation both, right? And right now, this at 12 o'clock, they find out who my daughter gone with. They had the footage of everything.
So she did go with someone from where?
From Belmopan bus terminal. I don't recognize the person. I know he. First time I ever see that person.
Uh-huh.
I did see footage. I see the video and everything, but I don't recognize. I don't know who is that guy. Somebody carry she the bus, the bus for terminal. Cause we see the video from terminal that it show that it gone in our bus with the same guy that it follow. The police said that the bus that's for Orange Jack side where that the 3 o'clock, the 3:30 bus will left for Belmopan and you go through Boom to go the areas there. That is San Joaquin area. I don't know how that bus go way back there. The last time she made it on the bus was ageable man called we and tell me that he saw the young girl in the bus, but she stopped at San Joaquin village. But I don't know where is San Joaquin, going the area there. So I don't want if police over there then that they could, say, where it stopped, catch the same bus or find the same bus where she may catch, to say, more or less where she may stay.
If you have any information that can lead to Ramos being returned to her family in St. Matthews, you are asked to contact the nearest police station or her mother at 611-9202. Sal police are investigating the chopping death of Elias Bejarano. According to police, Bejarano was on his way home from a bar in the area when he was attacked by an unknown male person. Police say that the culprit had attacked someone earlier that day as well and has since been detained.
On Saturday, police responded to a chopping incident in the San Juan area. Upon their arrival, they saw the lifeless body of a male person on the street. He was identified as Elias Bejarano. He was seen with several chop wounds to the body. Investigations that Bejarano was going home from a bar in the area when he was attacked by a male person with a machete. He was taken to the hospital where he was pronounced dead on arrival. We have one suspect in custody for this chopping incident. The information regarding that earlier the person attempted to rob a female in the area likewise, so that is what we're looking at.
The suspect or the victim?
The suspect attempted to rob a female.
2 fatal road traffic accidents occurred over the weekend. The first occurred on Sunday, March 1st in Frank's Eddy Village. Police say that Andrea Reyes was driving under the influence when she knocked down 2 persons, Edgar and Alfredo Aviles. Both men were rushed to the nearest hospital, but Edgar succumbed to his injuries while Alfredo remains in a stable condition.
On Sunday, the first day of March, police responded to a fatal road traffic accident at Frank's Eddy Village. Upon the arrival, they saw the lifeless body of a male person identified as Elgart Estrada. Information is that Estrada was in the area when he was hit by a vehicle driven at the time by Andrea Reyes. Andrea Reyes was taken into custody pending charges. We suspect she was under the influence of alcohol, so a sample was taken and it will be forwarded to the forensic laboratory.
Police are investigating a road traffic accident that claimed the life of John Tesecum. Tesecum was reportedly driving his Nissan Rogue in the Ridgewalk district when he lost control, attempting to overtake another vehicle. That vehicle flipped into a nearby drain, fatally injuring Tesecum.
On Friday, police responded to a fatal road traffic accident in the Orange Rock district. Upon arrival, they saw a Nissan Rogue overturned in a drain. Inside the vehicle was a male person. He was identified as John Tesecum. He was taken for medical treatment where he succumbed to his injuries. Information is that Tesecum was driving the vehicle on a curve when he attempted to overtake a vehicle. He lost control and he crashed into the drain. This matter is under investigation.
Edwin Dryflowers passes away due to medical complications. We'll have more on that story when Plus News returns.
So this is how much I work to you then?
So what, you may want 3 then?
Sure, you ought to order.
Sure. And I may think flowers may romantic.
Did you just get your girl 1 flower? Now you're in trouble?
The poor man out there, man, that's sin.
Your girl doesn't just want 1 flower, she wants a garden.
But builders are too far.
That's why we brought the store to you.
At shopbuildersbz.com, we make it easier to find all your building needs. Shop anytime, enjoy delivery right at your door, and save with every purchase. For February only, first-time users get to enjoy a special reward when signing up.
Ken!
Oh, yeah.
Hey, you do all of this?
Yes, with builders hardware.
Every connection we make is more than just a signal. It's a student unlocking a future through digital education. A young mind daring to dream bigger. Our culture shared with the world in real time. And everyday heroes answering the call of civic duty. When we connect with Digi, we empower beliefs.
Hello, I am Dr. Rosado, a pediatrician, and today I want to talk to parents about rotavirus and how we can protect our children. Rotavirus is a virus that causes severe water, diarrhea, and vomiting. This can lead to severe dehydration and may require hospitalization if not treated promptly. The good news is that diarrhea caused by rotavirus is preventable by vaccines. The vaccine is safe, effective, and available at all nearest health centers. It is given in drops orally at 2, 4, and 6 months of age. Protect your child against severe diarrhea. Visit your nearest clinic today.
I think that this program has benefited my parents because now they don't have to pay for my tuition, so they can use that on other expenses for the house or for me personally, and they don't have to pay for my electronics either because I'm given one. My major is one of the most expensive ones that they have here at Sacred Heart. It makes me feel a lot more comfortable that it's completely covered and my parents don't have to worry about it.
I can see that it has benefited especially parents who have more than 1 children at school, because they are no longer worrying about where the money will come, for them to pay the tuition for their kids. We have a lot of parents who are single parents, and for them especially, this has been a great blessing.
I have 3 other siblings, and the financial burden is really great. And so with me having a free education, they could focus more on my brothers and 2 other sisters' education and not worry on my financial needs. They could focus more on them and not have to worry about me.
Years gone by, not anybody could have afforded Sacred Heart College. And now with this in place, it surely have impacted a lot of our families. Now we are really out of space for students because now everybody, they want to come to Sacred Heart College because of this program that we have in place.
Festival I come to this very nation.
In Isaiah 30:29 it says, and you will sing as on the night you celebrate a holy festival, and your heart will rejoice. The body of Christ will unite, and many hearts will rejoice on the Saturday, March 7, 2026 at the Belize Civic Center, beginning at 6 p.m. as a Heavenly Productions brings to you Jesus Festival.
Yeah, Jesus.
Featuring the hottest gospel artist coming out of the Bahamas, Sherwin Gardner.
So I say, with all of my heart and all of my soul, I worship you, O Jah. Tell them that the praises never stop. All I want to do is give you the highest praise.
Also showcasing one of the biggest gospel artists from out of Trinidad and Tobago, Positive, dropping his hit tunes.
Rolling in my two-man army, my Jesus and I wanna sing out some sweet gospel reggae. Blessing after blessing, and nothing can hold it back.
And then it's the return of the biggest gospel band in Belize, Heavenly.
I'm gonna be heavenlies for life, serving Jesus Christ.
Blind Sight, Genesis Gospel Band from Sugar City, Orange Walk, Reality Youth, Pastor Herman Blees and the Kings Park Praise Team, Pastor Frederick Gordon and Garin Carballo and his GCO group. Remember, Jesus Festival.
Jesus Festival. Yeah, Jesus. Rocking on the world, I said Jesus.
Taking place Saturday, March 7, Belize Civic Center from 6 p.m. until. Bring out the entire family for a time of praising God and witnessing souls being saved and lives being recommitted to God. For tickets, call 615-4766. That's 615-4766. Sponsors: Angela's Press, Racina's Imports, Cellular World, Love FM, More FM, Quem Radio, Vibes Radio, PlusTV, Channel 7, Channel 5, and Wave Radio. Come on out and be blessed.
Jesus Festival. Yeah, Jesus.
For any project, big or small, Best Screws provide strength, efficiency, durability, and affordability. Get the screws specifically designed for your next project. Get Best Screw, the power to build, the strength to last. Available at Benny's, quality and savings.
Look here, your kitchen light there and you've never been in the kitchen.
But I'm going back in there right now.
And the coffee maker?
Just to try keep my coffee warm for later.
Where do you know?
I'll try to think more to eat.
You know the more you open and close the fridge, it takes longer for the food cool.
Uh-huh.
For a hot day like today, it burns more energy. You charge your phone right now?
No.
Plug it out then. You really only wash 2 Lee socks and 1 Lee shirt? You don't know what small load burn the same amount of electricity as large loads?
But this is my favorite shirt.
You have to be more energy efficient. Use large loads. This AC they blow hard. You know, if you keep the temperature at 25 degrees Celsius or higher, you burn less energy and you also keep the place cool. And for a nice day like today, turn off the AC, open up the house and make some fresh breeze come in.
You know what? I think I get it now. As consumers, we need to be more energy efficient and practice energy conservation.
Edwin Drive Flowers is dead, and according to police, his death may have been caused by a heart attack. Flowers was believed to have been the boss of the PIV gang, and on Sunday he passed away in Keycorker following a fishing incident. While fishing, Flowers' boat experienced an engine failure, causing him to become distressed. Police say that Flowers was taken back to shore, but he passed away shortly after.
On Sunday, around 6 p.m., police responded to a report in Kikaka of a person in distress. Upon arrival, they saw that a male person was being taken to the clinic for medical treatment. They visited the clinic where they saw a male person identified as Edwin Flowers in distress. Thereafter, he was pronounced dead. Post-mortem examination will be conducted. Initial investigation is that Edwin Flowers was on a vessel when the vessel had mechanical problems. Thereafter, he was seen in distress. He was taken to the split. Thereafter, taken to the clinic for medical attention.
So no foul play will be suspected?
Not at this time. Post-mortem will be done.
Or was there any sign of like damage to the boat, or was it just?
There was a slight fire on the engine.
A post-mortem examination is being done on Flowers' body to determine the exact cause of death. Belize City Police are investigating two separate shooting incidents that occurred over the weekend. The first one has left investigators puzzled as they are still trying to figure out what transpired. According to police, someone was walking past the Maypen Bridge in Belize City when they stumbled across Lorenzo Smith, suffering from gunshot injuries.
On Saturday, police responded to a shooting at Maypen in the Belize district. Upon their arrival, they found one Lorenzo Smith with multiple gunshot injuries. Information is that someone was passing in the area by a bridge when they saw Lorenzo Smith with the injuries. Smith was taken for treatment, where he is listed in a critical condition at the KHMH. We are following up several leads, but no one has been detained in regards to this shooting.
Do police have a reason why?
We do not know. We took some time to identify him. His father came there afterwards and identified him. They only have information that he was in the village, and then he was found with the gunshot injuries.
The second shooting involved call center agent Celestina Zetina. And according to reports, Zetina and her friends were socializing in the jungle area of Belize City when someone opened fire on the crowd. Police say they are currently seeking one suspect.
Police responded to a shooting in Belize City in the jungle area. Upon their arrival, they saw that a female had received a gunshot injury. She was identified as Celestina Zetina. She was taken to the KHMH for treatment. She received one gunshot injury to the body. She was treated and is in a stable condition. Information is that she was in the area playing games with other persons when a male person came to the area, fired several shots, and one which caught her. We are seeking one suspect in regards to this shooting. We do not have a motive at this time. They were playing games, and this person just came and fired shots towards the crowd.
It is unknown whether or not Zetina was the intended target. Police are also investigating a robbery that took place last week Friday in front of Belize Bank on Regent Street in the Old Capital. Traffic Warden Carlos Abraham says that while he was getting ready to deposit cash, an armed male person approached him, held him up, and stole the money.
On Friday, the 27th day of February, police responded to a robbery report at Regent Street in Belize City. Upon their arrival, they met Carlos Abraham, a traffic warden who reported that they were going to deposit cash at Belize Bank. When they were approached by a male person with a firearm, the person pointed a firearm at them and stole a bag containing some cash. Thereafter, the male person ran off, making good his escape. We are seeking one suspect in regard to this robbery.
Police say that they are using camera footage from the area to help identify that suspect. Sentencing has been delayed for Maurice Usher Jr., who previously pleaded guilty to manslaughter in the killing of Jeffrey Crawford. Usher Jr. appeared before Judge Derek Sylvester today for sentencing. However, the matter was adjourned because several key documents are still outstanding. The court is awaiting a social inquiry report, Usher's criminal record, a prison report, and a victim impact statement before an appropriate sentence can be handed down. Justice Sylvester has ordered both the Crown and the defense to file their submissions by the end of March 2026. Attorneys are also required to agree on the mitigating and aggravating factors in the case by March 31, 2026, with agreed facts to be filed by mid-March. Usher Jr. is represented by attorney Oscar Salgado, who indicated that the defense will call one character witness on his behalf. The Crown is represented by Maria Santana Nemhard from the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions. Usher Jr. pleaded not guilty to murder but guilty to the lesser charge of manslaughter in February 5, 2026. A plea accepted by the Crown. The charge stems from the death of elderly resident Jeffrey Crawford, who went missing on September 29, 2021. And he was at his home in Crooked Tree Village near mile 31 on the Philip Goldson Highway. Crawford was last seen being taken from his home in his red Nissan Pathfinder. After family members reported him missing and appealed to the public for help, his body was later discovered in a shallow grave. A neighbor told police he had assisted two men in starting Crawford's vehicle, believing them to be acquaintances. However, as the men drove away, the neighbor reported seeing Crawford lying unconscious in the back seat with head injuries. The vehicle was then driven off and police were alerted. The sentencing hearing is now set for April 14, 2026. This case now awaits sentencing in April. Tonight, 46-year-old Raina Urbina is a free woman after the trafficking charges against her were struck out in the Orange Walk Magistrates Court. Urbina had been facing 2 counts of labor trafficking and 2 counts of sex trafficking. However, shortly after midday today, the sitting magistrate, Charmaine Gillett, upheld an application by the defense to have the matter dismissed for want of prosecution. Her attorney, Lyndon Jones, argued that the Orange Walk Prosecution Branch repeatedly failed to meet disclosure deadlines as required under the Belize Criminal Procedure Rules 2016 and prior court orders. He told the court that those breaches caused significant delays and violated his client's constitutional right to a fair hearing under the Section 6 of the Belize Constitution. The magistrate agreed and struck out the charges, effectively setting Urbina free. Urbina was arrested and charged on November 13, 2025, following a joint investigation by the Anti-Trafficking in Persons Police Unit. Authorities had alleged that she trafficked 2 adult Central American women for labor and sexual exploitation. After her arraignment, Urbina was granted bail in the sum of $10,000 plus 2 sureties of $5,000 each. As part of her bail conditions, she was required to surrender her travel documents, remain in the country unless granted permission by the court, and avoid contact with the virtual complainants or any witnesses in the case. With the charges now struck out, those proceedings have officially come to an end. Minister Zabane wants the National Bus Company to go cashless. We'll hear more on that right after this break.
Every project starts with the right tools. At Builders Hardware, we got everything to get the job moving. Tools, paint, plumbing, electrical, garden, it's all here from construction start to finish. We're also offering a different kind of power tool. Order anytime, anywhere. Pick up in store or get it delivered to your home. Go to shopbuildersbz.com today and save money with our exclusive online deals. Builders Hardware, making it easier.
Cada conexión es más que solo una señal, es un estudiante abriendo las puertas a su futuro a través de la educación digital. Una mente joven atreviéndose a soñar en grande. Nuestra cultura compartida con el mundo en tiempo real. Y héroes cotidianos respondiendo al llamado del deber cívico. Cuando nos conectamos con Digi, empoderamos a Belice.
Smart for everybody. Smart leading everything. Smart give you everything. Smart offer everything. Smart give you everything. North to the east and the south and the west. Smart are the best. Calling. Double up my data and give me all the text. In fact, give me a plan for my family. Unlimited calls so me like it. And Smart make everybody feel happy. Bringing people together, me want it now. Smart got love for everybody. Me want my Smart plan. Want it right now. Me want my Smart plan. Want it right now. More bundles, data plan. Me want my smartphone, internet in my hand. Call me want my Smart plan. Want it right now. Smart. Stay connected. Stay happy.
Drop it like it's hot.
Get your body sculpted with gym equipment and accessories from Benny's. Quality and savings.
On the 1st of March, the National Bus Company commenced operations, marking the start of a new chapter in the country's transport system. According to the Minister of Transport, Louis Zabane, the plan for the new company is to completely modernize and reshape Belize's transport sector. One of the steps towards modernizing is going completely cashless, a move which Zabane says should be coming online in the next 4 months.
We have 3 or 4 different ticketing systems from the different operators now or previously, and so for example the one with James is a really reliable system. We have the others where you have a physical ticket, so within the next 3 or 4 months those will continue, but we're moving to a cashless system, just like what you see here in Belize City with the electric buses, and we're working with Digi on that right now. And it's a matter of how quickly we can get the equipment on the buses, but I would figure within the next 3 to 4 months. And we'll have enough time now to hopefully share that information with our commuters, and so that they can be ready for that.
Minister Zabane also unveiled the board members of the new National Bus Company. The board consists of 7 members, and in the interim, Director of Transport, Analog, is the chairperson.
General meeting that selected the board. So as the chairperson, we have Ms. Analog, who is a director in our ministry. We have another director that we chose, Ms. Jenny Neal. We have Senator Elena Smith was chosen to the board. We also have Ms. Miriam Paz, an educator who works with the Ministry of Education. Then the operators, we have Mr. Jamie Williams from James. We have Mr. Sergio Chuk from Westline. And then we have Mr. Cod from the North. And Mr. Cod was chosen by the smaller operators. So we have a 7-member board in place now.
Has the CEO been chosen, or the board will now move to higher?
Right. So because we started operation yesterday, there's a 3-month management team that is in a probationary period. The board selected Ms. Susanna Vanze from Floralia as the CEO. So she is running the company right now as we speak. And then they are in the process now of hiring our accounting staff, our HR staff, our operations staff. All of that is being put in place as we speak.
The National Bus Company is an amalgamation of 16 of the 30-plus operators that conduct bus runs throughout the country of Belize. One of the longest-serving business bus lines, James Bus Line, is also a part of the new NBC. Louis Zabane, Minister of Transport, commended James Bus Line for the move to join the NBC, as they are one of the largest and longest-serving bus companies in the country. James Bus Line's decision to run under the new the National Bus Company is a huge accomplishment, says Zabane.
Well, I think I want to give great commendations to the Williams family for making this move. We say that the proof of the pudding is in the eating, and if we have James, the largest bus operator, we have Westline, the second largest operator, we have others that are significantly large, Floralia, etc. They making that decision, that is really what proves whether or not this company has the potential to continue to grow, because it's their investment, years and years of sacrifice. For example, in the case of James, and after they did significant analysis, they decided to be a part of this. So I think it is something for us to really celebrate, that we have all these operators who have seen this opportunity and are coming together now because they realize that by doing this, they themselves will be better off, and especially our commuters and our country.
Wonderful. That's the start of a very big chapter in our country's transport system. And that concludes our newscast for tonight. Thank you so much for tuning into Plus News. And be sure to join us right back here again tomorrow evening, when we bring you all the latest happenings from around the country and whatever is happening in your neck of the woods. Take care. Have a lovely evening, Belizeans. We'll see you right back here again tomorrow night. Blessings.